Saw Papi versus King Kenny. Who's gonna win this fight? Well, first of all, who's gonna win this fight? Let's take a look at their latest performances, in which Saw Papi fought Amadeus Ferrari, in which Amadeus Ferrari slipped in round one, but it was counted as a knockdown. Saw Papi didn't drop Amadeus Ferrari, but it wasn't counted as a knockdown. I mean, this ref must have smoked the blunt before getting into this fight. But then Saw Papi put a lot of punishment on Amadeus Ferrari, and Amadeus Ferrari quit on the stool at the end of round three. And after this, Saw Papi went out to fight the Wood Savage, in which Saw Papi dropped the Wood Savage 3 times, and the wrestling enough and stopped the fight in round one. Now let's take a look at King Kenny's latest performances, in which he fought Anthony Taylor, in which it was a very boring fight. There was no action at all, just hugging, but Anthony Taylor still outlanded King Kenny, and he ended up taking it by decision.
Anthony, the Pretty Boy!
After this, King Kenny went on to fight Adam Brooks, in which King Kenny dropped Adam Brooks in round one. King Kenny then dropped and put a lot of punishment on Adam Brooks, and the wrestling enough to start the fight in round two.
And there it is. It's time now. Kenny's ended it.
Now, this fight is going to be one of the best and most hype influencer boxing matches out there because it involves two big names who have been boxing for some time. So although both men aren't undefeated, they are still one of the most skilled and hype fighters in influencer boxing. And as it stands, both men stand pretty even since both have been pretty active. Both finished their last opponent and both lost to Anthony Taylor. But style-wise and fighting-wise, it is obvious who's the more technical and skilled boxer with higher boxing IQ, and that is Saw Papi. Because if you look at Saw Papi, not only does he look more technical, but he holds more power and moves a lot better than King Kenny. So the way I see this fight playing out is that Saw Papi will have a lot of success with staying at range and boxing with King Kenny, even though he's the shorter opponent with the shorter reach. And I also see Saw Papi having a lot of success with closing the distance and letting his hands go on the inside, since we have seen him do this multiple times and he has had a lot of success doing it, on top of the fact that King Kenny is horrible with pressure. So I think Saw Papi has a pretty easy fight on his hands. So in the end, the only way that King Kenny is able to win this fight is if he's able to keep his range and outbox Saw Papi, and if he can move throughout the whole entire fight, because he can't stay still in one place, because that would allow Saw Papi to counter him at any point, or that would allow Saw Papi to come in and put a lot of punishment on him, which I don't think King Kenny is able to win this fight. So I got Saw Papi beating King Kenny.